Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'll be showing you guys how I create digital art. Since I've been posting a lot of digital art on my Instagram account, I thought why not teach you guys how I do it. Now, I'm not a pro, this is just my way of doing it, and I feel like it will be a big help for anyone who wants to start creating digital art. So yeah, enjoy! There are lots of different styles of digital art, so what we will be doing for today's video is this style or medium. I feel like this type of style on digital art is the most basic since we won't be going into the different details like the eyes or freckles and all that stuff. So yeah, before we get started, I would just like to say that I would really like to hear your opinions for this video since this is a whole new setup for me, and I would really appreciate your feedback because I'm planning on doing a Procreate series where I could teach you different ways or styles to digital art, the way how I learned it. So yeah, just leave it in the comment section down below, and yeah. Now, the first thing I would do before starting anything is first I would choose a canvas. Normally, I go for the basic Instagram square because that's where I usually post my drawings, but you can choose whatever paper size you prefer. It sometimes depends on your photo or the art that you will be creating, may it be for a client or whomever. Next step, I guess, is choosing a photo. Now, I got this photo out of Google since I feel like Billie Eilish has particular features that people would easily recognize. That's actually a tip when choosing a photo. You would really want to choose a photo that shows a person's unique qualities. So I guess with mine is her hair, her baggy sweater, and I guess her very pale skin. The reason for this is since we're not drawing in her eyes and any other details, we would still want your audience seeing this photo or artwork that you created recognize who you drew or who you drew. Now, this next step that I do is I duplicate the original photo and take the duplicated photo to the upper side to stand as my color reference, and the other one, as you saw, I like to lower the opacity so that when I do draw over this photo, I would be able to still see the outline that I'll be creating. Now, how I normally do the outline is I first choose the biggest part of on the photo. For example, her sweater. I choose the bigger part, and that's where I'll be starting my process of doing my outline. I always create a separate layer for each drawing. So for example, her sweater is one layer, the shadows on her sweater is another layer, and after I create all that, that's where I'll be combining stuff. So yeah, but I'll be showing you guys how I'll be doing that in a while. First, let me show you guys how I get the outline color. Now, with the reference photo we have at the upper side, all you have to do is press and hold the part that you'll be drawing first, and the color of your the color that you're pressing onto, it will quickly show up on your color wheel, which is at the upper right of your drawing board. And now that you have your outline color, you will then go to the brush section under calligraphy. Go and choose monoline. This is actually the my favorite brushes on Procreate. So yeah, I also like using this particular brush for this design style since it creates a somewhat of a thick outline for my drawings. you have your first layer all done, the next thing you'll be doing is with a different layer, you'll be creating the shadows, which you can see in the photo on the upper side, your color reference photo. And it will give your digital art a 2D effect so that it's not just a solid color of something. The steps is pretty much the same. Just remember to create a different layer for the shadows. Another reminder that you should take note when creating an outline is that you have to make sure that you really close up the outline that you're creating, so that when you fill it in, like what I'm doing right now, the color won't go out of the outline that you're creating. So yeah, that's just a tiny reminder for you guys. Now that we're done with the shadow layer, we can now proceed with a different part of the drawing. I guess for me it's her hair. I usually struggle with the hair portion, plus now she has a two-tone hair color. I'm not really familiar on how to do that just yet, but yeah, I guess we're gonna learn something new today together. I The important part in this is that I need I need to make her second tone hair color recognizable, so that it won't just look like a big slab of green that was splattered on her head. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's the same procedure, just press and hold the color so that you can get it. And always remember, go to a different layer. As you guys can see how much I'm struggling with this one. It's not yet the ideal output that I'm going for just yet, but I guess for now we can work on some other features of hers first. In this style of digital art, you can also fill in her lips or add an outline of her nose, but I don't think it's necessary for our drawing. But if you think it will add character with yours, then by all means go for it. You have to make sure that you're closing off all your outlines because we're going to drag and drop our outline colors to fill in our drawings next. Now that you have the bigger outlines done, we also need to draw in the accessories. Now with this one, you will really have to zoom in because they're a bit tiny, but I guess the tip that I can give out for this one is that you should try to be familiar with the kind of accessory that you're drawing in. As long as you have an idea on your mind what you're drawing, it won't really matter what you're drawing over it because you can just be free and create your own kind of accessories, since it won't really see what it actually looks like because you will be filling it in later. Now that I'm pretty much done with everything else, I guess I need to face back my our hair situation. I thought of blending it in, but it will ruin this type of style. So I'm gonna go back and create a different outline. On the first trial, I created a kind of curvy ends, but for this one I made it a bit pointier, just like how I did with the black outline of her hair. And now I'm also adding a black outline on top of it, just so that I know you can tell that it is under the black outline or something like that. But yeah, I think it looks way better than it kind of looks earlier. So yeah, I'm pretty much happy with it. I'm just adding a bit more details of her hair, making it look flow naturally. I'm also adding a few more details on everything else. Actually, this part you're just going to be adding a bunch of detailings, but you're pretty much done with the whole drawing. What we're doing next, and is pretty much the last thing that we're going to be doing, is with her hand we will draw in another outline on top of our filled in outline, so that you'll be able to recognize the divisions of her finger. I use the darker shade of our skin outline color to make it appear that it's shadows, not just a big thick outline that is drawn over the skin outline. And that's it. That's pretty much it. I hope you guys like this kind of video. This is something new to my channel, so I really hope you guys like it and are excited for the next series next episode for this series. And yeah, I hope you learned a thing or two from it. So yeah, leave something nice in the comment section down below, please, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. And I guess I'll see you again next time. Virtual hugs and kisses. Bye.